News, Nigeria loses $3 billion in 6 years to illegal gold smuggling. Katsina State Governor asks residents to take up arms, confront bandits. And Gambia to prosecute former President Yahya Jammeh. A warm welcome to News Now. I am Mary Kanu. For years now, Nigeria's mining sector has been at the mercy of illegal miners who took advantage of loopholes to carry out criminal activities and deprive the country of revenue running into billions of dollars. To curtail this menace, President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019 inaugurated the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative. At the Presidential Villa in Abuja on Wednesday, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Uche Oga, and the Chief Executive Officer of the Solid Mineral Development Fund, Fatima Umaru Shinkafi, met with President Buhari to give an update on their work so far. Our correspondent Folashade Ogurinde has the details.
Efforts to improve Nigeria's mining sector, as well as generate the much-needed revenue, is finally making headway. At this briefing by the steering committee and management team of the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Uche Oga, reveals that Nigeria has not only produced for the first time artisanally mined gold, but also published the responsible mining framework aimed at improving the quality of mining operations in the country.
Today, PAGMI has improved the working condition of artisanal miners, thereby reducing the number of input debt seen annually. The greater transparency that PAGMI confers on the flow of financing in the sector will also help diminish the insensitivity or criminality.
On her part, the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Solid Mineral Development Fund, Fatima Umaru Shinkafi, explained that the initiative will help eliminate criminality, lead poisoning, child labor, sabotage in the economy, and terrorism financing.
The framework will put Nigeria on track to eliminate illegal mercury use, child labor, money laundering, and gold as a tool for terrorist financing. Your Excellency, sir, the pilot phase completed. The steering committee has endorsed an aggregation target of 5 tons of gold for PAGMI, supported by sustainable expansion across other states to drive success across the country. Meeting the target of 5 tons will create an estimated 50,000 jobs from increased formalization, supported by PAGMI.
President Buhari, while lauding the achievement recorded so far, directed the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative to provide a 6-month progress report on the Solid Minerals Development Fund designed to capture the proceeds from the investment.
We have been able to protect them from clutches of those who exploit their hard labor while simultaneously bringing them into the value chain to earn improved income from their hard work. I expect a 6-month progress report that will clearly show significant progress by scaling up the program from its current pilot stage.
The United Nations estimates that between 2012 to 2018, 97 tons of gold valued at over $3 billion was illegally smuggled out of Nigeria. In addition to the economic sabotage, unregulated artisanal mining places a significant burden on Nigeria's fragile health systems. Kebbi and Osun are the pilot states for the initiative, with intervention in Kaduna, Zamfara, and Niger states commence immediately after the pilot. Folashade Ogurinde, TV360 News.
Unbandits have killed 3 persons during an attack on Gada community in Bugundu local government area of Zamfara state. During the invasion of the community very early on Wednesday, the armed men killed the district head of Gada, Umaru Bawanala, and his 2 sons. The Commissioner for Information in Zamfara state, Ibrahim Dosara, confirmed the attack to newsmen hours after the incident. He explained that apart from the killings, the bandits also razed down the house of the district head of the community, adding that security agencies, including the Nigerian Air Force, are currently on the trail of the bandits. And the Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari has called on residents of the state to arm themselves and confront bandits, saying security officials alone cannot tackle insecurity in the state. Katsina, like other northwest states, has witnessed incessant attacks by terror groups. Speaking during a media parley with journalists at the Muhammad Buhari House in Katsina State, Masari said the number of security personnel is not enough to tackle the situation, adding that the state government would assist those who plan to own arms with the view to help bring an end to banditry. He also maintained that the police would register all guns bought by the residents to ensure that they are put to right use. And the family of a 29-year-old Eloho Onyorosa, allegedly killed during a visit to her boyfriend's Osaritin David on Christmas Eve, is seeking justice. Calling on the government for justice, Eloho's parents, who said their daughter decided to pay a visit to her boyfriend, who was reportedly ill, and after waiting 4 hours for her return home, decided to visit Osaritin's abode, where they found her lifeless body. Speaking to newsmen, the victim's father, Williams Onyorosa, said he met his daughter in a pool of blood, a situation that prompted him and the landlord to alert the police authorities. Meanwhile, the police public relations officer in the state, Bello Kotongs, who confirmed the incident, further explained that the victim was found dead with deep machete cuts on parts of her body in the apartment of a young man who had recently returned from Ghana. He also disclosed that a manhunt is currently ongoing to apprehend the suspect, who is on the run, adding that the police will do everything humanly possible to unravel the circumstances that led to the murder of the victim. And as the world celebrates the end of the year 2021 amidst the ups and downs rising from the COVID-19 pandemic and economic hardships, many Nigerians are worried for their safety as they journey home to spend time with loved ones across the country. Our correspondent Anita Patrick, who spoke with travelers at the popular Jabi Park in Utaku, Abuja, now reports.
In Nigeria, traveling during Yuletide is a thing people look forward to, mostly because it is the best time to meet up with old friends and family members. Those who live several miles away from home particularly travel back to celebrate the festivities with their loved ones. But the situation seemed to be different for travelers this time. Aside from the bad state of the federal roads, travelers say they are scared for their lives due to the increased security across the country.
Many of our drivers said that they complain, say the road no good, true. We say we don't say road no good. And I got they say first. Sometimes we're going to go for a road like this, then go say I'm by the road or something the road. We go park for one place to let the thing just go before we go continue to go our journey.
I'm going to Lokoja, but the transport is too much. 4,000. It's too much. They should do something about it.
From here to my Kwara state now, they say 7,200. But the money is too much. We are begging this our country, especially our president, to help us find something to do to this thing. This transportation fare is too costly.
Speaking exclusively to TV360 Nigeria, Chairman Long Johnny Branch, National Union of Road Transport Adamu Madala, and a driver shed more light on the insecurity challenges on the cardinal highways, calling on citizens in the villages to give the security agencies the needed intelligence to curb the menace.
It's only our problem in the north. Let's say from here to Kaduna and this Sokoto side, that's where we have problem, the security, but other states we don't have problem. The government, they're trying their best, but the only thing, the security matter is not only for the government. Because like all these villages that right from here to Kaduna, we can see many villages. Most of them, they know the criminal that they are within the area, but they can't talk. But like now, maybe they will send the police or soldier to that village, you don't know anybody. Unless the one that you meet as a criminal. But the people, but the only thing that the villagers, they are not helping security.
As the year is winding down, many are hopeful that 2022 will be better, with the government ensuring its citizens enjoy the dividends of democracy. Anita Patrick, TV360, Abuja.
Well, we'll take a break here, but still to come, Gambia Commission recommends prosecution of ex-President Yahya Jammeh. Details of the story and more right after this break.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On TV360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians are saying in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
TV360, dissecting the issues.
Welcome back. Now here is a recap of some of our top stories tonight. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative to provide a 6-month progress report on the Solid Minerals Development Fund designed to properly document revenues from investments. The President gave the directive at a briefing by the steering committee and management team of PAGMI at the Presidential Villa in Abuja on Wednesday. The President explained that the directive was to further ensure probity and best practice in the mining sector. We also told you that Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari has urged residents of the state to arm themselves and confront bandits, saying security officials alone cannot tackle insecurity in the state. Speaking during a media parley with journalists at the Muhammadu Buhari House in Katsina, Masari said the number of security personnel is not enough to tackle the situation, adding that the state government will assist those who plan to own arms with a view to help bring an end to banditry in the state. Well, in case you missed any of the news bulletin or for more updates, to log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at TV360 Nigeria, on Facebook at TV360 Online. Nigeria has recorded 3 additional fatalities from the coronavirus pandemic and 599 fresh infections reported across 14 states of the Federation. The latest statistics released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) shows that Delta State topped the list with 194 cases, followed by Edo and Abuja with 94 and 80 cases respectively. This has increased the number of confirmed cases in the country to 239,019, while the fatality toll now now stands at 3,027. The health agency also revealed that 410 persons were discharged on Tuesday, raising the recovery figure to 213,180. And United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has appealed to countries across the globe to make recovery for people, the planet and prosperity their resolution for 2022. He made the appeal in his New Year message, stressing the need for countries to come together and make recovery for people their priority as the world continues to recuperate from the COVID-19 pandemic. Guterres, who went further to highlight how best the recovery should be done on each front, said the pandemic requires a bold plan to vaccinate every person across the world.
2022 with our hopes for the future being tested by deepening poverty and worsening inequality, by an unequal distribution of COVID vaccines, by climate commitments that fall short, and by ongoing conflict, division and misinformation. These are not just policy tests, these are moral and real-life tests. And they are tests that humanity can pass if we commit to making 2022 a year of recovery for everyone. Recovery from the pandemic with a bold plan to vaccinate every person everywhere. Recovery for our economies with wealthier countries supporting the developing world with financing, investment and debt relief. Recovery from mistrust and division with a new emphasis on science, facts and reason. Recovery from conflicts, a renewed spirit of dialogue, compromise and reconciliation. And recovery for our planet, with climate commitments that match the scale and urgency of the crisis. Moments of great difficulty are also moments of great opportunity, to come together in solidarity, to unite behind solutions that can benefit all people, and to move forward together with hope in what our human family can accomplish. Together, let's make recovery our resolution for 2022, for people, planet and prosperity. I wish you all a happy and peaceful new year.
We'll take a break here and return with business, international and sports updates. Stay with us. Welcome back. Up next is business news with Simisola Adigun. Over to you, Simisola.
Thank you, Mary. In business, the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation has queried the Federal Ministry of Agriculture for spending a total sum of 3.8 billion naira on the suspended Rural Grazing Area Scheme without a presidential approval or National Assembly appropriation. The federal government had introduced the RUGA scheme in May 2019, but was forced to suspend it in July of the same year due to the wide criticisms that trailed it. The Auditor General consequently recommended that the withdrawals from the RUGA Intervention Fund be refunded to the federal government's coffers as they were in breach of the extant laws and the financial regulations of the country. We'll take a break here and return with a review of the stock market. Welcome to Stock Market. Equities market closed on a negative note as all share index depreciated by 1.08% to close at 41,807 basis points with a capitalization of 21.9 trillion naira. Now 100 equities participated in trading, ending with 15 gainers and 16 losers. The losers counter is led by Boa Cement and May and Baker, ending with a whopping 71 naira 11 kobo loss. Union Bank Nigeria PLC and Royal X led the gainers counter with a combined gain of 6 naira 94 kobo. At the end of today's trading session, a total of 180 million volume of shares valued at 1,480 billion naira exchanged hands in 3,828 deals. Now to some global stocks. UK's FTSE and US Dow Jones ended today's trading on a positive note with a 0.66% and 0.19% appreciation respectively. The Nikkei, however, was not as lucky as it ended with a 0.56% decline. The loss, influenced by Asia's cooler sentiment, followed all-time highs set by US and global equity benchmarks in the previous session as the Federal Reserve appeared in no rush to step away from its massive stimulus. That's all on Stock Market Review. Back to Mary for the rest of the news.
Well, thank you for that update, Simisala. Now on the global scene, Gambia's Truth and Reconciliation Commission has said ex-President Yahya Jammeh is responsible for the killing of West African migrants, including 9 Nigerians. Jammeh, who ruled the Gambia for 22 years, lost the 2016 presidential election, but refused to concede defeat to Adama Barrow and ultimately took exile in Equatorial Guinea amid threats of military intervention to force him from power. He has now been accused of human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings, torture and arbitrary detention while he was in power. The Truth Commission was set up by President Barrow, his successor, to investigate the allegations against him. Now, to discuss this issue further, we are now joined by Malik Mbo, who is a former journalist and victim of government brutality. Malik joins us live from the Gambia. Thank you for joining us on News Now. Now, Malik, it's quite interesting and at the same time sad how you were once a victim of former President Jammeh's alleged brutality. Now, in that light, what do you make of the reports by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission?
Thank you very much for having me. As you rightly mentioned, I am one of the victims of Yahya Jammeh, who has ruled this country for over 22 years. And the report, which was just made public last week, Friday, it's something that we've been expecting over the years, because the commission took close to 3 years to produce something like that. So now what we are expecting as victims is for justice to be served, justice to be done. Because if you read through the report, you will see that Yahya Jammeh has committed heinous crimes in this country over the years. Though he was not alone, he was aided by some military personnel, intelligence officers, and the like. So we as victims, we are waiting for justice to be served.
All right, Malik, now, Jammeh has been in exile since 2017. Now, how easy do you think it will be for the former president to be extradited from Equatorial Guinea should criminal charges be filed?
Well, we've seen the likes of Jammeh in the past, who committed heinous crimes and ran over to other countries. But one day, I believe Jammeh will be dealt with according to law, because a clear example was the former Chadian leader who was tried in Senegal. So I believe Jammeh too, one day, he will be taken out from that hideout and then be tried in a competent law. That's what Gambians are expecting, because Jammeh has done a lot of bad things to Gambians. So we are sure that one day he will be tried before a competent law.
Now, a former journalist and victim of government brutality, Malik Mbo, thank you for joining us on the news. Well, it's time for Entertainment Report on News Now.
The year 2021 has not been all rosy for the Nigerian entertainment industry, as many entertainers were unfortunately lost to the cold hands of death. In this segment, we bring you a list of entertainers who died in 2021. Veteran Yoruba actress Folake Aremu, popularly called Orishabumi, died on January 5. Her death came 4 months after the demise of her ex-husband, Jimoh Aliu, popularly called Aworo, under whose tutelage she rose to prominence in the film industry. 37-year-old Ernest Asuzu, who was said to have been battling spiritual problems, died on January 26. His wife, Jennifer Asuzu, who confirmed the sad incident, said he fainted on Tuesday evening and never woke up. Actor and broadcaster Sadiq Abubakar Daba, known simply as Sadiq Daba, died on March 3, 4 years after being diagnosed with leukemia and prostate cancer. In 2015, he won the African Movie Academy Award for Best Actor for his role as Inspector Waziri in the October 1 movie. His last on-screen performance was in the 2020 movie Citation, produced by Kunle Afolayan. Bruno Iwaha was a regular face in Nigerian movies. He won the Best Supporting Actor award at the 3rd African Movie Academy Awards for his performance in the movie Sins of the Flesh. He died at the age of 69 on the 10th of April. 11th July was a pretty sad day as Nigerian rapper, singer and actor Sound Sultan died at the age of 44 from cancer of the throat. On 12th of May, Sultan was diagnosed with angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma in the United States, where he was receiving chemotherapy. Sound Sultan was known for using his music to speak against societal ills in Nigeria. Veteran actress Rachel Oniga died of a heart-related ailment on July 30. Oniga began her acting career in 1993 with the movie Onome and her debut Yoruba film Owo Blue. Oniga also featured in notable movies such as Shango, Chief Daddy, and most recently, A Niger Christmas. She died at the age of 64. Victor Olauton, a known face in the Tinsel TV series, was pronounced dead on the 26th of August, aged 69. According to reports, he had been ill for the past 5 years following a brain injury he sustained in a car accident in October 2016. He starred in the movies Three Wise Men and Unveil. Nigerian comic actor Babatunde Omijino, fondly called Babasuwe, died on November 22, aged 63. The comic actor came into limelight after he featured in a movie titled Omolasan and became even more popular after he featured in Irueshi in 1997. The late Omijino said injections given to him in NDLEA detention to defecate suspected substances crippled him, after which he was found not to be in possession of hard drugs. Other entertainers who died in 2021 include Abiodun Aleja, Prince Ifeanyi Dike, Rich Oganiru, Ada Jesus, Karibi Fubara, and most recently Nollywood actor Sam Obiago. Our hearts go out to the families of the departed as they rest in peace. And that's all we have for you on the entertainment segment of News Now.
And in sports, ahead of the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations, the Nigeria's men and women hockey teams have gathered in Abuja, the nation's capital, to train for the tournament scheduled to take place in Accra, Ghana from 17 to 23rd of January 2022. A total of 60 players comprising 30 males and 30 females, including 6 coaches, arrived at the camp on Monday and have since begun training towards the tournament. Our correspondent Simisola Adigun tells us more.
The Hockey African Cup of Nations tournament is a Commonwealth game which will see the winner of the women's event qualify for the 2022 Women's Field Hockey World Cup, while the winner of the men's event will qualify for the 2023 Men's Field Hockey World Cup. To prepare for the tournament, Nigeria has invited 60 male and female players to camp to undergo rigorous training, after which 36 of them will be selected to represent the country. The coaches of the male and female teams expressed appreciation towards the Federation for providing necessary logistics to ease training for the players.
We're having a good time in camp, having fun and playing very hard. Ready for the task ahead, because we know the task ahead is big. And with the preparation on ground, everybody, all the boys are smoking. The federation, the president and the board have been doing so well. We give a lot of support in the camp. The equipment this evening, we just received about 90 balls. So, and we're still expecting more from them.
The challenges we used to have is no more there, because before we used to have challenges of early camping, but right now the new board members have taken care of that. We started camping early enough to give us what we want, and they provided all we needed, because before we used to have problems of equipment, balls and all the rest, but this particular camp was different.
The coming tournament will be the 11th edition for the men and 8th edition for the women. Captains of the teams express optimism as they promised on behalf of the team to consolidate on their past records.
We don't have much challenge because we are equal to the task, and the guys we are really there, and I think if we have any challenges because we are good to go. We are coming with the victory, it's sure. We are coming with the goal this time around.
And then in terms of the camping, so far it has been wonderful. They have been providing what we need in the camp and has been reaching to us.
Former national hockey player who is also a board member of the Nigeria Hockey Federation, Johanna Farouk, says from his assessment, the national teams are good to go come January when the tournament will take place.
The boys and the girls are doing a very good job from the coaching team, from the board, the coaching team. Let me just say from the sports ministry, with the encouragement to the board and then to the coaches and the players. The players have been responding very well in the camp.
No fewer than 9 African countries are expected to take part in the tournament, which will be happening in Ghana. Meanwhile, with preparations in top gear for the tournament, there are high expectations that the 2 national teams will make Nigeria proud. Simisola Jigun, TV360 News.
Well, that's the size of our bulletin at this time. Thank you for watching. I am Mary Kanu.